So let's talk about ethical consideration in tech. What are some of the things we are worried about in tech? 1. Privacy and data protection. We as tech professionals should prioritize safeguarding user data, including obtaining consent. You don't just do anything without taking consent. You don't use their users' data without taking consent. Ensuring secure storage and transmission, and being transparent about data storage and data usage. Bias, we mentioned something earlier about bias, and that is, we need to be fair in whatever we do as tech professionals. There should be equity and inclusivity in all we do. You cannot want to design something for everybody and focus on maybe only the white, or you don't want to design something that will solve a problem in the rural area, but you are researching with people in the urban area. Okay, so you want to be fair and free of bias. Technological products and services should be transparent about functionality, limitations, and risk, with clear accountability of mechanism for addressing the issue. So whatever you design, this needs to be addressed. Cyber security, we cannot say this, I don't know. We need to keep talking about this because we need to prioritize measures to protect systems, data, and users from cyber threats, such as hacking, data breaches, and malware attacks. Now it sounds like, okay, we are still at the beginning. You see, I'm the user, but very soon you will be the professional. So it's important that we tell you this. And when you are there, you have to carry this at your forefront and think about your users. We need to consider about the impacts that our designs and manufacturing operation have on the environment. Also assess the potential positive and negative social impacts of the technology, and must continuously always adhere to intellectual property rights and copyright laws when developing or using technology. Also, as professionals, we must follow ethical standard and code of conduct set by organizations and professional association and industry regulation, maintaining integrity, honesty, and professionalism. Now we've talked about all this. That was a lot, right? So we've talked about the careers, how we go about it, things that is important, things that are expected of us. How do we do all this? It's important that you balance your work and your life when you're in tech career, because you will meet challenges like long working hours, project deadlines, on-call responsibility, fast-paced nature of tech environment, and this can impact your personal well-being, mental health, and relationship. Because of how tech is, sometimes you may have a feeling of you are constantly on, or depending on how your work is. So it's very important that you have tips and strategies in place to protect yourself, to protect your mental health, to protect your relationship, and that's by 1, being on top of your time management skills. You want to prioritize your self-care activities. Exercise is important as a tech professional because you might find yourself sitting down most of the time working on a project, and exercise is important because we cannot start discussing benefits of exercise, but it's going to help you function well as a tech professional. You want to get comfortable with seeking support from your colleagues and mentors. You want to prioritize setting boundaries. Know when to say no. Don't take more than you can handle. And do not be shy about asking for help. You want to foster healthy work culture around you as a co-worker, as a manager, as an employer, even employer or employee. You want to promote a healthy work environment wherever you work, to ensure work-life balance, inclusivity, and well-being. And in conclusion, you've done all this by now. I'm sure you sort of have an idea. There's a lot of things you need to go home and check, that you've not decided on the careers you're interested in. It's not bad if you only, do not have one, but you can sort of have a list or sort of the area you want to focus on. And so today we've talked about, we explored careers in technology, the non-technical and technical roles. We talked about some major technological companies, and we discussed why startups are important. the educational pathways and importance of continuous learning. We discussed about the strategies that you have for entering tech career, networking and mentorship, and why those are very important, future trends, and we talked about the importance of adaptability and innovation, and of course mentioned something on work-life balance. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next one. Let me know if you already made a decision below this. If you already made a decision on career interested in, comments under this video. Which ones are you interested in? Which ones are you looking at? It can be up to 5. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one.